Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into my video today on how to run a 1-2-2 zone defense. This is the first video in a 3-video series. The next couple of videos we'll go into a little bit more details, but in this video we are just going to talk about the setup of this defense, the advantages and the disadvantages of it, and just the basic movements. All right, so here we go. First of all, what is this zone? Okay, so this zone, it's a very aggressive defense on the perimeter. We want to really press that perimeter and close out hard on the perimeter with the ball. It allows quick closeouts and the ability to contest every shot from the perimeter, knowing that if we get beat, someone will be behind us to help. And it gives the defensive team plenty of opportunities to create fast breaks. We'll have our 3 guys at the top that should be able to get some steals and push the ball up the floor pretty quickly. So here's our advantages of this zone, why I personally like to run it. It's, again, great at defending against a 3-point shot. We get a lot of fast breaks out of it with our 3 players at the top. There's a lot of opportunities for trapping. So if you're down late in the game, you have a couple different options for trapping. We'll talk about that in our 3rd video in the series. It's very easy to prepare for your opponents. If you're just going to run this defense, it's going to force the other team to adjust to you, so you don't have to do any adjusting to their offensive schemes too much. And lastly, and kind of most importantly, is that it's fun and it's different to run. So you'll get a lot of buy-in with it because they'll enjoy running this defense. Some disadvantages, though, as everything, it's not perfect. There are a few areas that are often open, especially the most dangerous area against this zone is the high post. We really got to teach our guys to deny that entry to the high post here. Post players will have to guard the perimeter, so we'll have our 4 and our 5 who are normally playing the post. They're gonna have to close out hard in the corners. Okay, and that could be a disadvantage if your 4 and 5 maybe aren't quick and agile. As in any zone, rebounding is difficult. You got to teach your defenders to not find their man, which is to find the closest man to box out. And then lastly, without a shot clock in some levels, teams can run the time down if they can just pass the ball around the perimeter well. Basic rules, just like in all zones, you want your hands up at all times. You know, a lot of players moving around, quick hands, quick feet. We also want to keep the ball out of the paint and out of the high post where this defense is most vulnerable. And that's what the hands up help us do. Instead of having them pass directly and they'll have to either go over or under our hands, and that's going to give us time to recover. It's very important that our players rotate while passes are in the air. They have to rotate as the ball is being passed. If it's slow, they're going to give up open shots. All 5 players must rebound, and what that means is, again, all 5 players must find the closest offensive player to box out and put a body on when that shot is made. And then lastly, and we're going to keep harping on this in all 3 videos, we do not allow passes inside. Nothing to the high post, nothing to the low post. That's where we cannot let the ball get into. Okay, perimeter passes are fine. We'll let them pass on the perimeter if they need to. Okay, sometimes we'll trap, sometimes we won't, but the perimeter passes are fine. Similar to the pack line defense, we sag back to prevent those inside passes. Okay, post players should front any offensive players in the post to deny entry into the post. All right, so here's our initial setup. All right, you can see here we have our 1 player at the top of the zone. We have our 2 players in row 2 and our 2 players in row 3. This player right here must be athletic, must be smart, good basketball IQ, and really, ideally, you'd like them to be tall. Not center tall, but tall. Taller than, if you have 3 guards, you want your tallest guard to be there. The 2 wing defenders, one of those should be your point guard, because we want an outlet to that guy as quickly as possible. The other one could be either a 3rd guard or maybe your small forward. And then these 2 defenders should be your center and maybe one of your other forwards. They must be able to protect the paint, and they must be able to rebound well as well. You always would prefer all of your players to be quick and agile, but these 2 players in this defense need to be quick and agile because they're going to have to get out to the corners to defend against a 3-point corner shot. All right, so let's talk a little bit about each position. So the player at the top of the zone are 1, This is the most important position. Okay, like I said before, this player has to have good basketball IQ, should be athletic, and we prefer them to be tall. So the tallest guard would be a good position to play here. When the ball is at the top, really their job is just to push this player to the right or push this player to the left, preferably to their offhand. Okay. When the ball is not at the top, so we can see here, the ball is at the wing. We're going to sag down here to protect the high post. Same thing if that ball goes over here in the corner, we're going to be in the high post here, deny, deny, deny. Okay? We can also flash down low to help if needed on a rotation, but really this pink box here, this is our area for the one to guard. If the ball's up top, we're up top. If the ball is in the wing or the corner, we are denying entry to the high post. The wings, the 2 and the 3. Again, this should be your guard, your point guard, and one another guard or a small forward. Okay, you can see the areas what they're supposed to guard in these pink triangles here. When the ball is up top, they deny the high post. Again, that's the most dangerous area against this defense, so they're denying both high posts against any cutters, any backdoor cuts, or maybe even a backdoor screen. When the ball is on their wing, obviously that's their ball. They have to go close out as hard as they can and deny any shots. We prefer them if they're going to get beat. Obviously, we don't want to get beat, but if you're going to get beat, to the middle. Okay, don't let them beat you to the outside. And we'll talk more about that in the corners, but we don't want to get beat to the outside at this defense. All right, the options here for the wings occur when the ball's in the corner. So when the ball's in the corner, and this is up to coach's decision or possibly the situation in the game, what we do here might be different depending on where we're at in the game. All right. The safest route is just to sag back and play a little bit here so we prevent any backdoor cuts. If this 3 here is a good shooter, maybe we are playing right here to deny a pass back to the perimeter. Or if it's late in the game or we need a steal, that's when we would double the ball here. We would trap that ball in the corner, hoping that these two would help out, move over, and protect against any passes. Lastly, our 4 and 5 plays at the bottom of the zone. This is going to be a forward and a center. Okay, whatever one is not up top, it's going to be definitely the center down here, and then also another one of your bigs, a guy that's a good rebounder and also has some agility to them. They have to protect the paint, and they also have to guard the low post. They deny the low post. They always front the low post whenever they can. Front the low post, now let that ball into the low post. And then when the ball gets in the corner, they have to get out there and guard. All right, so here, the ball gets in the corner. We got the 5 guarding him there. If the ball goes on the other side, the 4 has to guard there. Now, if there's a defensive player right here, 4 would not front that low post because there's no help behind him. All right, we'll talk more about this in the next video, but that's the only time we won't front the low post is if the ball's in the corner. That is the end of our first video, again, in this 3-video series. If you like this video, I would suggest you check out the next video in the series, part 2. Also, if you could hit the like and subscribe buttons, I would greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, as always, drop them in the comments below. And thank you again for watching my video today.